What's up, guys? It's your girl Serpentine 10, and we're going to talk about the upcoming DOA 7 and all the things that need to happen to make sure that this does not fail like DOA 6. So let's get right into it. Now, right off the bat, DOA has to do a lot of things to make sure that DOA 7 succeeds. And one of those things have to be to appeal to a new audience. So having a new audience with this game would be very beneficial. You know that us old school fans love this game. We cherish this game to death. But, some of us are getting older and we kind of are interested in other things, and that's why a new audience is needed for this game. A lot of people don't even know what DOA is, and they only know it because of the whole joke with core values and the naked girls. So it would be good to actually show this to a new audience, and I feel like branding is key with this game. I feel like this game needs a lot of exposure, and they need to do the same thing that Street Fighter does, that Tekken does. Get this name out there, merch, having this in the tournament scene, having, costumes be very good from what they used to do with DOA, last round. They had so many outfits from so many different games and animes and stuff, and people really did appreciate that. So a new audience is definitely needed, and, just exposure for this game. Since we're talking about exposure, let's talk about costumes. So one thing people did not like about the previous DOA, that the costumes just weren't it. Now, if you guys have played DOA 5 last round, you know that the costumes were everything in that game, and that has to happen here. People have already been mad with just Street Fighter not doing costumes. Please don't let DOA do the same thing. They had so many costumes before with the costume contest. They had games and animes that were costumes in this game for characters, and that just has to happen. I mean, they were so good. Your favorite anime could be in here, and your favorite character could be wearing their outfit. And I would say that the outfits were so well done. They were very faithful to the animes and to the cartoons and to the games they were from. So this has to happen again. So let's get into DLC characters. So as you know that the new DOA 6 last round won't have Kula or Mai, probably because licensing purposes. But let's just get one character out of the way that a lot of people want, and that is Tifa Lockhart. So we did not get Tifa in Tekken, so why not just put her in DOA? I mean, she's a perfect fit, and everybody makes her their waifu anyway. So I feel like she would be great for DOA 7. I mean, she would have amazing costumes. They could get some costumes from Final Fantasy. I mean, this is just a thought process of mine. If the licensing adds up, this would be great. I mean, having eyes on this game, Tifa being in it, that would actually get people really looking at this game, because everybody always wanted her in a fighting game anyway. So why not put her in DOA 7? So another character that could be in DOA could be Ivy. So Soul Calibur has been extremely quiet. We don't know if this game is going to return. So if it won't, using the characters is not a bad idea. And I feel like Ivy is the perfect fit for DOA. I mean, she has the scantily clad costumes, she has the look, and she has the oppressive nature, and she's definitely a DOA girl for sure. So having her would be great. Now, this is just my opinion, having this character, but if you really think of popular characters from this franchise, I mean, Ivy is definitely one of them, and I think that she would be the perfect fit. One thing that needs to be talked about is story mode. So story mode really does need to be worked on. I will definitely say that every DOA game I have played, I have hated the story. I feel like it's always been really mediocre, just kind of like a comedy session. It doesn't really make these characters look the best, and I feel like that needs to be revamped a whole lot. And I just feel like we need story modes to actually tell compelling stories about these characters. I mean, I think that Tekken's was pretty good for the most part. It did get weird at the end. I mean, Street Fighters was kind of like all over the place. I mean, in retrospect, that story's still going on because it's like a story mode with like a character that you play as. But I feel like DOA needs to do something with the story. I mean, I'm all for fighting games having story modes. I know a lot of people don't care about that, but I think it's a good way of you just understanding what the story is about and what the characters are up to and what motivates them to, fight in the tournament. Now, I know these are scantily clad chicks, and a lot of people are just kind of like, well, They don't have no motivation. They're just girls fighting. But you know, I think it would be more interesting to actually just have more personality to these characters with a story. That's just me. So hopefully that happens in DOA 7 because it would be nice. Now, I have talked about a lot of different topics, and some other ones that I just want to talk about is the characters that are being picked in DOA and why some of them need to change. So I always have had a problem with the lolly type characters, and those characters are like Marie Rose and like Hanukkah. Now I know that DOA 6 actually came out with Nico, and she fits the bill of that type of character, and I really do feel like that trope has to change in DOA. I never was a fan of that. I know a lot of people like those characters, but I just feel like that's like oversaturated in this game. And I'm just kind of tired of seeing like the little girls because their costumes are questionable and it doesn't really look that good, you know, for DOA to be having those type of characters in the game. But that's just my thoughts and opinions on that. I feel like some of the characters have to be redone. Maybe some characters from the past will show up. Now I know a lot of people don't care about like Genfu and stuff like that, but it'd be great to have returning characters, or just having like the characters that are already on the rosters be revamped. As you know, we've seen Kazumi and we've seen, you know, Hayabusa. Kazumi definitely looks different. A lot of people say that that costume she was wearing is from a Ninja Gaiden game, but if it is, it does look really nice. I couldn't really tell what Hayabusa was looking like. He always kind of looks the same, but revamping the characters would be great. They need to look different. They need to look updated. So everything needs to just be fresh for sure. So what do you guys think about this topic? Is it enough to make DOA 7 succeed? You guys know what you have to do. Make sure you guys are following me on my Patreon and right here on YouTube. Until next time, guys. Peace.